Hey Catalysts, how often are you able to determine exactly what you want up front and know exactly what it's going to be and describe that and then deliver exactly what you described up front perfectly without making any changes? If you do this every time, I've got a job for you. Today I want to talk about honing in on what's right. When I do my work, when I'm developing my training, I usually get a rough idea, like a framework as far as what I'm going to deliver. And then after that, I start to kind of rough it in a little bit, and I'll probably have some details figured out up front, but I got to actually get it down on paper and start working with it. And then I'll figure out kind of what's not really working that I had in my head, and I'll make adjustments to that. And then I'll go and I'll talk to my teammates, and then I'll ask them, what do you think? How does this look? And I'll get feedback from them. And I'll make some adjustments based on that. And then I'll start to fill it in some more based on my own thoughts, based on their feedback, and start figuring out again what's working and what's not, adjust. And then I'll take it back to them and I'll get some more feedback, adjust. And you get the idea, adjust. This kind of follows a pattern that was coined, I believe, by Deming: Plan, Do, Check, Act. Now, I'm sure people had figured this out before at some point in time, but really oftentimes it gets coined to him. Deming was an industrialist. He went over and he helped Japan rebuild after the war, and he was a really big process guy, is probably the best way to say it. And Plan, Do, Check, Act was often attributed to him, along with several other things. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, I would highly recommend checking him out. He's got a lot to say. And I still think that lots of American companies could probably do a lot of good to see what he did with some of the Japanese companies as he was rebuilding Japan after World War II. So the real trick with this is to actually keep the feedback loops relatively short. You don't want to go too long without actually getting feedback, either stopping yourself and saying, all right, does this look good, or is this working, or is this not working? And if not, what am I doing instead? Or going to people that you're working with or the people that you're actually trying to deliver this for and basically saying, what do you think? What do you like? What don't you like? What's working for you? What's not working for you? If you're doing this for yourself, it's probably not as important. It depends on how much you really want to push yourself in terms of getting that external feedback. If you're really trying to improve and you're really trying to hone things in, then yeah, you're going to want to keep those feedback loops short. If you're working for somebody else, keep the loop short and review often. And set that expectation with them. I find that as long as you're setting that expectation that, hey, we're going to touch base on this, I'm going to check in with you, typically most people are okay with that. So make it a habit. I've been trying to make this more of a habit in my life to actually keep those feedback loops short. It can be difficult, especially when you're working on something that's creative, because you may start to think of it as kind of your baby and like, I don't want people to really tear this thing down. If you're doing work for somebody else, you need to get over that. That's just something that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to be open to criticism. You're going to have to be open to suggestions. You're going to have to be open to the fact that people are going to want things changed and they're not going to like some of the things that you do. Take that feedback as a gift and know that you're going to be delivering something that's going to be more valuable to them. So my last suggestion, apply it liberally. You want to make sure that you don't piss off your significant other? Check in with them. Feedback loop. Want to make sure that you're meeting expectations with your boss? Feedback loop. Want to get better at doing something creatively, like making vlog videos or arts or photography or writing or any of those things? Feedback loop. Talk to your friends. Have them read your work, especially the ones who, you look up to. People who do writing, you like their writing, you like the way that they write, and who are willing to be honest with you. Seek those people out. Go and ask them for feedback and say, hey, would you be willing to take a look at my work? There's nothing wrong with that. So what about you? How's feedback helped you in the past? Let me know in the comments down below. I look forward to hearing about it. Thanks for watching.